Hello, my name is Dwight Gillespie, and this is the Change Your Life podcast or channel, YouTube channel. And we're here today to talk to Walter. We're gonna discuss the 75 hard that we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing. I don't think we're going to be doing it, right, Walter? I'm going to be doing the 75 hard challenge, and we're going to go over. Walter's going to ask me some questions about it, and we want to discuss it with you. And that's it. Let's go.
All right. So, Dwight, what is 75 hard?
75 what? Walter, that's just a fantastic question. I wish I wrote that one myself. Anyway, 75 hard is a challenge that was started by Andy Frisella, and he did it through his podcast. And basically, 75 hard is where you have to do 5 tasks every day. You have to do 2 workouts, 45-minute workouts. One of them has to be outside, all right? So inside, outside. You have to drink a gallon of water a day, which I actually started. So if you notice there's a cut in the middle, you'll know why, because it really does make you piss a lot. You have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book a day. And I think I'm going to reread the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of my favorite. If you watch this podcast, you know it's one of my favorite books of all time. What was that? That's 4, right? Oh, you have to take a picture every day, and you also have to strictly adhere to a diet. And I'm on a diet that I've been doing, but I haven't been strictly adhering to it, and so I got to get back into that as well. So that's what the 75 hard is. And, you know, I'm 59 years old. I'm going to be 60 in 4 months. And the reason that I'm doing it now is because I want to finish this before my 60th birthday to show people that at this age that you can lose fat. Walter's going to post some pictures with this when he does it, because Walter's also the producer. He's asking the questions, jack of all trades. He's very good at this stuff. And he's going to show you some pictures of what I used to look like at 280 pounds before I started the diet that I'm on. And I'm down 90 pounds now. And you can see the before and afters. And now what I want to do is tone it all up. I want to show that you, at my age, not only can you lose fat, but you can gain muscle mass as well. And we're going to work on that. And go ahead.
What do you think about New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolutions are bullshit. So, and there's a reason that we go into this, right? New Year's resolutions are all well and good, but most people don't adhere to them. And the one thing about a New Year's resolution is that they have, it's January 19th, I believe it is what they call Quitter's Day. And Quitter's Day is great because by January 19th, they say like 99% of the people that make a New Year's resolution, whether it's to quit smoking, quit drinking, get in shape, that by January 19th, almost everybody just stops. They quit the resolution. And the reason we mention that is, we're coming to that time of year. This is the holidays. And for whatever reason, there's a rebirth, you want to start the year off right? So you make these resolutions. But the thing is about this, and one of the things that you can join on this whole journey that I'm on anyway, you can start this before the new year starts. You can get going with this right now. Now, this is for us is going to kick off on November 28th. But you can do this right along with us. And I'm going to show you the videos that I've done already, getting to the gym, doing the things that you got to do to enable you to do a 75 hard challenge. Because Andy Frisella said, and I agree, that this isn't just a physical challenge. This is a mental challenge as well. To be able to do this, because the thing about the 75 hard is if you screw up anything for one day, so 128 ounces of water is a lot of water. So if you're sitting in bed and it's 11:45, which I'm never really up at quarter, I get my rest, and you realize that you're 8 ounces shy on the water, and you don't do it, you got to start all over from day one. If you didn't read that 10 pages, you got to start from day one. If you didn't do the 2 workout, you got to start from day one. And that it becomes a mental thing, and I believe it. I honestly believe this about myself, that I can do anything that I set my mind to. Unfortunately in my life, I just haven't said it to an awful lot. But everything I want to do, I really want to play these video games for 10 hours straight. I could do it. Right. So anyway, yeah, but that's it. That's what that's about. Resolutions. You can make a resolution, and there's another thing about resolutions. You can make a resolution anytime you want. You don't have to wait till January 1st to make a resolution. People say you don't change overnight, and yes and no. Like Stephen Covey mentioned the 7 habits of highly effective people, and he talks about shifting paradigms and that he doesn't believe in overnight, and neither do I, overnight success. Things come progressively, but you can make drastic changes in one day. And that drastic change is just making that decision that you want to change your life. That in itself is huge, right? I went from being a using drug addict to a non-using drug addict in one day. I went from being a smoker to a non-smoker in one day. I went from a person who ate everything in sight to a person who watched what they ate and was conscious about their health in one day. Now, it took a progressive series of things to get to that point, to make that decision. But once that decision's made, you can change your life like that. And it's possible. And keep that in mind. And it doesn't matter how old or how young you are. You can make these changes and you can change your life. That's what we're doing here. Change your life. Hey.
Now, it's hard enough losing weight.
Yeah.
How is it losing weight over 55?
It's a challenge, because your metabolism does change. But I think one of the biggest things for me was, like, I remember hitting 50 and being, 270 pounds or whatever I was at 50 years old. And people put all this negative crap into your head. Oh, your metabolism's different. You can't do this, you can't do that. And listen, and let me tell you something, and being as lazy as I am, you know what I really loved? Take this pill. You take 3 of these pills, boy, you can eat whatever you want, and you're going to lose like 1 million pounds. You know how you lose 60 pounds in a day? Cut your fucking leg off. Like, that's the only way to do it, It's difficult. It's difficult, but it's doable. I was so big, and I had this knee replaced, and I don't know if they can see it, but I had this knee replaced about 3 years ago, and I had done everything. Like, I was at 55, I went to a fat farm out in Utah, which was great. The people out there were great. I learned to exercise. I learned how to do these things, but unfortunately, when I got back home, I didn't continue with it. It was difficult, to maintain, because I got the knee done, and I used that as an excuse to go off the diet and everything like that. But this whole thing for me really has been focused around nutrition, right? And me, I say I'm fat phobic. I am absolutely scared to death to go back to that, especially at my age. And I say, he asked about being over 55 and losing weight. I think it's essential over 55 to lose weight, or younger. I wish I had done this in my 40s, because I was thin most of my life, and I really started to put the weight on in my late 30s, early 40s. I started packing on. It's easier when you're younger. It really is. But a lot of it centered around the way I moved. And as an older, big person, it was very difficult for me to move. And I really had to start losing weight before I could even exercise properly. Like, I got to a point where walking around the block, I got winded, going up and down stairs. I go a flight of stairs. I'm like, oh, are you sure there's only 14 stairs here? I feels like a hell of a lot more.
Leonardo DiCaprio from Wolf of Wall Street.
What is that?
Where the steps just become...
Oh, yeah. No, that was a great scene. I loved it. Oh, what a great movie. Yeah, I want to be able to drive my Lamborghini like that, though, right? I think I did a good job. Yeah, that was great. Okay, yeah, but that's it. That's over 55. It becomes very, very difficult to do that.
And you haven't officially started with the 75 hard challenge, but you're in the gym already. Why is that?
And I did that for a reason too, because it has been so long. The last time I really worked out was 3 years ago out in Utah, when I went to the fitness camp out there, and it was hard. Like, I remember getting out there, and I did nothing to prepare for it, right? And I got out there, and it was really rough. And they told me, like, oh, after the first week, you're gonna need to sleep the whole weekend. And I did, because I was sore as hell. And I know how I think, right? It's so easy for me to give myself excuses. And my excuse would be, I'm too sore to go to the gym again, So I said, if I get in the gym now and I get my body acclimated, get my muscles acclimated to moving, because this is hard. This is 2 workouts a day for 75 straight days. This is not easy for me anyway. Not easy stuff. I've never ever been a gym rat. I've always hated the gym. Not hate, I wasn't comfortable in the gym. because I wasn't that good at it, right? So I'm going, I have a personal trainer, Justin from, oh God, I wish I had, I'm sorry, Justin. Anyway, Justin is a great guy. And I'll give you his information later because he's a great guy, man. And he's really helping me out with this. And I hired him on, to work together 5 days. We're doing 5 days a week up until the challenge starts. I started with him last week. So I've been working with him for about a week now. And I'm sore. But I'm able to work through it. You see, I don't want to give myself, like I said, any more excuses to not do this when that time comes. Because I'm determined. Like I am absolutely determined that I'm going to be able to do this. And I want to show everybody out there that this can be done. That you can put away the bullshit excuses. Because here's a fact about time. Nobody cares. You people out there, you don't care if I'm fat or not. Who cares? I'm the one that's going to suffer for all this and all that body shaming and everything. And I agree with that. I never put anybody down for the way they look. Lord knows I've been through the ringer myself. But I know I feel better when I look better. I know that I feel better. And it's not about being thin either. I follow my diet, which is bright line eating. That's the diet that I've chosen to follow. That's the diet that's helped me lose all this weight. And I follow that. And the whole thing about it, she says it. She says, don't worry about a number. The number isn't important. Like this isn't about, I don't believe that thin is beautiful and all that other stuff. But I think that healthy is beautiful. When I feel healthy, I feel better. My confidence is up. And I just think that it's, for me, a better way to live, right? Because I talk about mind, body, and spirit, right? Now, I've been off of today, we said is the 9th. I have been drug-free. I've been clean off of drugs for 10 years, 2 months, and 29 days today, okay? And that's part of the spirit part of what I do, right? I do things to improve my mental health. I do things to improve my spiritual health. I do things to improve my mind. I read a lot. I got rid of my TV. There used to be a TV. You can't see where I'm pointing, but there used to be a TV there. I got rid of it because I love reading books. And what I noticed, I'm sitting here watching reruns of Cheers for the umpteenth time. They didn't really, it was okay on the first go around. Like the 120th when I'm, mouthing the words with the people. What do I need that for? I'd rather read a good book. I'd rather do something that's going to improve my mind. And the thing that the last thing I really needed to work on that I had really neglected for all that time was the body. And it's all, for me, it's all connected, mind, body, and spirit. It all comes together. And when I work these things in conjunction with one another, my life improves, my spirit improves, my outlook, my everything. I suffered from depression for all my life. I've been, as many of you know, I've been institutionalized at different periods in my life due to depression. And I haven't suffered from that in a long time now because I'm taking care of these things. Because nobody will convince me that working out and improving yourself, mind, body, and spirit is not going to bring you and lift you up. It's not a cure-all, and I'm not like an anti-medication person or anything like that. But I can't tell you that I was on 5 different antidepressants at one time when I came into recovery, and that at this point in my life, I don't have a necessity for those things, and I haven't for years. I haven't used those things in years, and it just feels better this way. Like this is the way I want to go forward with my life. I want to live a long, healthy life. I want to have, in every way, shape, and form. And the way to do that is to do what I'm doing here. And I think part of the 75 Hard Challenge is that. And, and look, I expect certain things from my mate, and I want to be able to give my mate what I expect to get. And it's hard to do that when I looked the way that I looked and felt the way that I felt. And again, not just about looks, it's about how I felt about myself. Because people can bullshit themselves, right? They say, I'm fine at any size. Yeah, those people don't have mirrors in their homes. Because I know, because I used to spout that crap too, because I didn't want to try. I didn't want to sacrifice. All of this is also about sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice to make it good? Me, I gave up pasta, pizza, and bread. It's been over a year now, right? I have a hamburger once in a while with the bun. That's as far as I'll go. And I do that like once a month, right? That's why I say I'm not strictly adhering to the diet. But I haven't eaten pizza or pasta for over a year because those are triggers for me. And I've had friends tell, well, you love these things. I loved heroin. Trust me, I loved heroin too. But I don't do that either. And what are you willing to sacrifice for your health, for your mental, spiritual, and body health, your physical health? And that's it. And that's what I'm willing to do. Yeah. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Good. Listen, join us on the journey. Tell us where you're at. Tell us whether or not you think you can do it. And we encourage you. Send us, make your comments. Let us know where you are. Join us here. Join us on this journey. My name is Dwight Gillespie. This is the Change Your Life podcast. Please keep tuning in. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and all that other good. And we'll see you on the other side, okay? Be well. Have a great day.